Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's keep going with our trading plan that we discussed in the weekly report. It's actually the first stage mostly is done, and currently it's time to consider what could happen next in the market. So you can see recently euro has shown relatively aggressive upward action, so because the pullback on intraday charts was even smaller than the 50% that we have suggested, it was just barely 30%, and then market reestablished upward action. But it's minor detail. In general, the overall performance stands well. And we are going with the upwardly stand targets. So actually, market is coming to the first one. It should be reached very, very soon. At the same time, as we said, keep an eye on the daily MACD predictor. Market right now is flirting with this line, and potentially that could become the source of the grabbers. So it was here. For example, this market touched the line, closed below it, and then it shows the collapse. In general, fundamentally, currently the background stands not in favor of the pairing of the grabber, because overall dynamic as on the dollar indexes on interest rates mostly support upward continuation in euro currency. So you could check, for instance, if we'll take a look at the dollar index, you can see that was great ABC retracement. We talked about it in the gold research. Starting bearish engulfing, and here's markets going lower. So this is bearish situation on the interest rates. You could see the same approximately. Market has started pretty nice, forming the new top in the morning. But when the United States session is opened, you can see the pullback. This downside action on the interest rates also supports the idea of the possible upward continuation. That's why, although theoretically we could get the grabber and we need to keep an eye on it, as you can see by the overall background, chances for that are not really significant. It means that on the 4-hour time frame chart, while we in general also talk about the grabber, this market's coming to the 21 conference resistance, where actually the target stands of this upward action. It's nearest target, and it should be reached within a few hours probably. And that's will be particularly interesting what will happen. Because here, as you can see, also natural support resistance line. We already talked about this as well. It's around this area, so as you can see, support, multiple times. Now it will be a resistance. So an area somewhere between 21.15 area, so that will be the barrier. Market could show some response. On the hourly chart, you could see that market right now stands at the minor COP target of the same ABCD pattern. Chances on upward continuation stands good, because you can see here is great upward action, acceleration to the COP, which also shows the good momentum. This market stands. That's our kind of the hand and shoulders that we discussed in the weekly report. Here, if the pullback will happen, it's probably you could consider the nearest standing target, not the target, the support. Consider 2060. If you will put here the fib level from these lows to this top as well, you will get the 618 support as well. So that will be the minor conference support around 2060 area, and probably the retracement will be smaller, even smaller than the 2060, because just COP overall performance stands strong. So in a normal situation, market should not show deep retracement in current circumstances, and then theoretically market should continue to the upside. The OP, since retracement was smaller than we discussed, we initially thought that it should be somewhere around 2020 area, 50% support. It was a bit smaller. That's why OP stands higher, and it will be 2120. But in general, 20 pips is not really a big problem when you're talking about the resistance on the 4-hour time frame chart here. This will be the same resistance cluster. So it means that the nearest target that market is coming to is 2120. So in the case of the upper breakout, next target will be 2190. By the way, guys, if you will plot here the XOP, of the same pattern, you will see it stands right precisely at this area, 21.89. And so will be perfectly agreement with the 618 level here. And as we discussed already, in the case of the fundamental background that we talked about, which suggests drop, final leg down on dollar index, and potential for the short-term rally as on the gold as on the euro, market could form head and shoulders here and could show the upward continuation. If you are not familiar with the idea of the dollar index performance based on the dollar index smile and all that we discussed, check this in our gold weekly report. Here I put the video, daily video on the gold for a Monday. Here I explain what is dollar smile and precisely on the chart, how it works, what we expect on the dollar index on the monthly chart. And also some description exists in thread, it's Gold Pro Weekly Report. Also could read there, but the videos will be better performance, simpler to understand. In two words speaking, we suggest that dollar index could drop a bit more to the 87.30 level. This is a short-term drop on the monthly chart, and it could take approximately 1-2 months. So it stands in accordance to our long-term view that the major changes in the economy should come somewhere in April. And from that standpoint, it fits well to this fundamental picture. That drop in turn could provide ability for euro currency and all dollar rivals to show some upward performance within a couple of months, and probably February, March, it's more probable periods where it could happen. That's why we are not totally exclude the chance of the possible big head and shoulders here as well. But currently all eyes on this near standing destination point.